Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am super excited because we are going to be trying out the Fenty Beauty Hydrating Longwear Foundation. I've had this in my collection for quite some time now, ever since I did my review on the Soft Matte Foundation. I bought this at the same time. I just never got around to trying it, but I am trying it now. It is the winter, so my skin is a lot more dry than it was when I bought this. I did buy this in the summer, so I figured right now would be the best time to try this out because my skin is on the drier side. So yes, so we're going to be trying this out, and we'll be doing some check-ins to see how it wears throughout the day. So before we get into the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this a big thumbs up and click that bell so you are notified every single time I upload. I upload 3 days a week, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays, and I'm still doing Vlogmas, so hope you guys are keeping up with that as well. If you guys have any other video suggestions you guys would like me to do, any other foundations you would like me to test out, let me know in the comments down below and I will gladly get those out for you. But for now, let's get on into reviewing this foundation. Alright you guys, so today I'm finally going to be trying the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'R Hydrating Longwear Foundation. I've had this in my collection for a while and I have not used it yet. I've been dying to use it. Do you guys see my gray hairs? Oh my god, it's so embarrassing. Yeah, so we are going to be trying out this foundation right here. I've heard a lot of great things about this foundation. I am in the shade 240. So hopefully, I'm in the shade 240 for this one as well, and this one has been working pretty well with the shade. So I'm sure this one will be great. I'm going to be pairing it up with the hydrating foundation, and I'm going to be going in with I'm going to be using my Poreless Putty Primer. So on one side, I am going to use a sponge, and then on the other side, I am going to use a brush. So I'm going to go and wet my brush because I always forget to wet my brush before I do this. Okay, so I have my wet sponge. So I'm going to go in with my Poreless Putty Primer first to smooth out the areas under my eye. So I'm just using the Poreless Putty Primer to smooth out the areas under my eyes, like where I have bigger pores, just to get like a very silky, smooth canvas. My birthmark is showing up a lot today. I don't know why, but it's like very, very prominent here today. So I'm hoping this foundation has good coverage. Okay, so let me read because I'm not 100% sure. Like, sorry if you guys can hear my sons in the background. They're very loud today. So it says this is a medium to full coverage for all skin tones. She has over 40 or 50 shades, I believe. It is a skin smoothing, light as air, long wear. Yes, so it has 50 shades. It's a natural finish. So we will see if it's how good it is. It is a hydrating foundation. So obviously if you're oily, I wouldn't go for this one. I am more on like the drier skin combo, but more on the dry skin lately. So a hydrating foundation is my jam right now. So I'm going to go in with my Fenty Beauty Hydrating Primer and just go around everywhere where I didn't put the Poreless Putty Primer, which is pretty much the outer part of my face. This has literally become one of my favorite foundations. I have used it so much, like it's like down to here, but a little bit goes a long way with this primer. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to do the brush side first. I'm just going to dab it onto the skin. And I'm going to be using this stippling brush. This is the Makeup Shack T17 brush. I honestly really have been liking this brush to apply my foundation because it gives it such a nice smooth finish. Okay, so the shade is pretty much spot on. So that's a good thing. I don't know if this oxidizes. I haven't heard of it. It does. You can definitely tell it is definitely hydrating. The coverage is really nice with the brush. It looks pretty natural. Like it doesn't feel like, it doesn't look too heavy on the skin. So you guys can definitely tell the difference between like the coverage, and it's a really nice coverage. It covered up my birthmark pretty well. So that's a plus for me. So then I'm going to go in with the sponge on the other side. So I actually like the coverage and the way the finish, like the finished look is with the brush. I feel like the sponge kind of takes away from the hydrating, like the hydration. Like I feel like this side, which is what one I did with the sponge, looks more hydrated than this side. So I definitely like applying this with the brush more than the sponge, but we'll see how it obviously wears throughout the day. I'm going to be going in with the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer in Medium Peach. I'm telling you guys, like, I love, like, hydrating products so much right now. Like, it just feels so good on the skin. Just going to go in with the sponge on this side. So then on this side, I'm going to go in with the brush as well. Just to see, like, the difference. Do you like what I mean? Like, this side looks more hydrating than this side with the brush. So far, the coverage is really great. I feel like it's full coverage, and that's what I like. I like my full coverage. The concealer went well with it. I do want to try the concealer from Fenty. I just haven't had the chance to get it. So since I am using the Fenty Beauty foundation, I'm gonna pair it up with the Fenty Beauty powder, and this is the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder in the shade Butter. And I'm gonna apply this with a brush as well. Go in and set my eyes, the under eyes. Kind of just melt it into my skin and just set my forehead, which is like where I get oily like the most. So I just want to make sure like those places I do lock down with a powder. But so far it looks really, really great. Oh my god, I have so much powder on myself. Okay, so we're gonna see how all my other products go onto the skin. I'm gonna use my everyday bronzer, which is the Milani Baked Bronzer. Now, you guys know I have like this dry patch here that has like a lot of texture, which honestly it's like so annoying and so irritating. It gets all right here and like a little bit of here. I don't really know what's going on with my skin. It's just like my skin has changed so much ever since I had Adrian. And I think I mention it every single time. I love this bronzer, you guys. It's like my all-time favorite bronzer ever. So far I am liking how the products are laying down over the foundation. Foundation doesn't look like it's cracking or anything or separating as I'm like blending in my powders. So that's good. I didn't set my whole face with a powder because I didn't want to take away from the hydration. But you guys see like right here, like right here and right here, I have like these dry spots that like are so much more visible obviously when I'm wearing foundation. Okay, so then for blush, I'm gonna go in with my Lunar Beauty Moon Prism blush palette. I have been loving this palette, you guys. It's such a gorgeous palette. And for today, I'm gonna go in with this shade, which is Stargaze. They are very pigmented, so just like gotta be a little careful because you can go overboard really quickly with this blush, but it's so easy to blend out, so it's not that bad. And for highlight, I'm going to be going in with the Club Daddy and Static collab. This is a Big Glow Energy pressed highlighter, and it's Addicted to Light. It's a very gorgeous highlight. I used it recently when I did the review on it, and it's so gorgeous. Like, you don't even have to wet this brush or anything. You don't have to wet your face. You don't have to set your face before. Like, it's just so freaking pretty. Like, do you guys see like how gorgeous that is? I'm gonna go and set my face with the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. It's kind of melt everything into the skin. Alright, you guys, so this is what the foundation is looking like now. It's been about 15 minutes since I finished applying all my powders and setting my face, and it actually looks really, really good. I really enjoy it. I haven't done my brows yet, and I probably will just put some gel on it. I just want to keep this very natural today. Want to really focus on the skin and the complexion products, and well, obviously the foundation, which is the star of the show for today's video. But so far I am really liking this foundation. We will see how it holds up throughout the day. I will do some check-ins. It is currently 12:16, so I will check in maybe like around 4, so that'll give it like 4 hours to wear. I'm gonna be in the house. I'm gonna be cooking. We're making tamales, and we're probably gonna do sugar cookies with the kids, so I will be walking around, moving around a lot, so we'll see how the foundation holds up. And then I'll probably do a check-in probably like around 8, and then I will most likely go to bed like around 12 or 1, so I'll do my final check-in around that time and let you know my overall opinion of the foundation. So yeah, so I will see you guys in just a little bit. Okay, so I wanted to do a very quick zoom in to show you guys how good the foundation is looking on the skin. It's looking really, really well. It looks very good. It's not breaking anywhere. It's not separating anywhere. It honestly looks so freaking good. Let me just cover my ear because I don't like my ears to show. Hey guys, here's a checkup for my makeup, my face. It is currently 4:16. I don't know if you guys can tell the time. 4:16. My skin looks... Okay, so I want to zoom in. So my skin looks really, really good so far. It's like, it hasn't really broken up anywhere. My nose is really shiny, but other than that, everything looks so good, you guys. Like, it looks really good. Considering like that I even slept right now, like my skin looks pretty good. Like I said, my nose is pretty oily, but other than that, everything else is pretty darn good. I'll probably just touch up right now, and then we'll just see how it holds up the rest of the day. Alright guys, so this is the final check-in. Honestly, this foundation wore very, very nicely on the skin. It honestly looks so good. Like, obviously, like, it did break a little bit around my nose, but that's because I was rubbing my nose because my allergies. Like, my under eyes always crease. That's like nothing new, always to be expected. Let me zoom you guys in a little bit so you guys can see a little better. Like, the foundation looks pretty good still. Obviously, like, around here, like, and on my nose, like, it wore off, like I mentioned, because I rub. But other than that, like, my forehead is pretty good. Not really, I'm not oily either, you know, so it actually wore pretty well, and I'm actually really, really happy with it. Like, it didn't even break around my nose, which is where like I have the biggest issue with foundation staying, is around my nose. And the fact that this foundation this foundation stayed on pretty well is honestly an A+ for me. I found another great hydrating foundation that I will be wearing constantly. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It is really, really late. It's already 11:38. I didn't do an earlier check-in because my son ended up having an allergic reaction, so that was a little bit scary and a little bit stressful. But I'm exhausted. I'm ready to take this makeup off. I wore it for a good amount. I want to say like almost 12 hours. So I wore it almost 12 hours. I'm exhausted, so I'm gonna head off. But before I will let you guys go, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and subscribe. And ring that bell so you're notified every single time I upload. I upload 3 times a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Sorry, I'm like running out here of energy. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.